and firm in the Word, the living Word.
Hello there! Welcome to the ICI Radio Bible School.
Our campus is the world. This was the slogan of ICI USA when it started. In 1967, the USAG approved Dr. George Flattery's proposal for a correspondence school program, leading to the establishment of International Correspondence Institute, ICI USA, now Global University. With the help of Karl Marx and Louis Jeter Walker, Dr. Flattery developed correspondence courses such as The Great Questions of Life, Highlights in the Life of Christ, and Your Helpful Friend. Soon, other courses were completed. In 1969, Dr. George Flattery visited Philippines where U.S. Asian missionaries, Reverend Paul and Violet Pipkin, started the Bread of Life Correspondence Ministry 9 years earlier as a follow-up of listeners or converts of the Sunday School of the Air radio program over the Far East Broadcasting Company. As a result of that visit on August 23, 1969, the Pipkins merged their Bread of Life Correspondence Ministry with ICI USA, giving birth to ICI Philippines. Through the years, her name evolved to ICI University in the 80s, ICI Ministries Incorporated in 2000, and finally amended into ICI Ministries-Foundation in 2011. Psalm 84 verses 5-7 declares, "Blessed are those whose strength is in you, in whose heart are the highways to Zion. As they go through the valley of Baca, they make it a place of springs. The early rain also covers it with pools. They go from strength to strength until each one appears before God in Zion." They go from strength to strength. This is ICI's testimony as she celebrates 50 years of ministry with the theme, Stronger at 50, Building on a Foundation of Faith. Builders of this strong foundation have been primarily the ICI staff led by her national directors. Thus far, ICI has had 6 directors and 4 interim directors who steered their course in 3 periods of increasingly Christ-centered, relevant, creative, and impactful ministries. Every church a Bible school, every pastor a Bible teacher, every member a Bible student with the Bible as a textbook and the ICI Bible correspondence courses as the curriculum. With this motto, Reverend Paul Pipkin and the first ICI staff, Violet Pipkin, Gloria Arellano, Carmelita Gallardo, Amelita Reyes, and Reverend Eliodoro Gaad went full blast in promoting the radio and correspondence ministries through home Bible study clubs. ICI lessons from the U.S. were translated into several Filipino dialects. When ICI USA received accreditation from the National Home Study Council, U.S. Department of Education, Reverend Burnett opened the ICI College Division to aid in training people for the ministry. ICI's role was also crucial at the height of the charismatic movement in the Philippines. Reverend Gary Denbo, Reverend Virgie Cruz, and Reverend Eli Javier used ICI lessons in conducting dozens of Bible studies in government offices and business establishments all over Manila. Do everything possible to contact more students. Reverend James Curtis headed ICI with his motto, ICI Bible studies were not only in schools, but also in prisons and military camps. The increase in number of learning centers led to the opening of district offices all over the country, which were later grouped into 6 major division offices. It was under Reverend Curtis' watch when ICI faced a great financial challenge. In 1988, Matling Industrial and Commercial Corporation, MICC, ICI's biggest supporter, responsible for a great portion of the staff salary and office rent, declared bankruptcy. With ICI support drastically reduced, ICI had to move into a smaller office and retrench all but a handful of its employees. Division and district offices were closed. For about 6 months, ICI had to close shop, but some employees refused to give up, maintaining office functions despite having no assurance of a regular salary. And God was faithful. ICI staff actively promoted ICI's ministry among churches, and many churches responded by taking up offerings for ICI. MICC was able to recover and continues to faithfully support ICI to this day. To augment ICI's finances, Reverend Bob Roberts, with the assistance of Rose Kayabyab, the office administrator, started producing books for the values education classes of preschool and elementary levels. Moreover, the Light and Picture Ministry, God's Little Servant, and the Final Call drama, plus the partnership with Super Kids Club of 700 Club, contributed to the highest records of salvation decisions for 2 consecutive years, reaching 23,715 and 25,107 respectively. Furthermore, Reverend Robert's faith took a big leap forward when the Lord opened the way for ICI to purchase 2 office units of Raffles Corporate Center in Ortigas Center, Pasig. This 2-unit office has now expanded to 3 units. Ministry should be run like a business, and business should be run like a ministry. The turn of the century saw ICI taking strategic new directions under Reverend Michael Williams, a missionary businessman. His motto above changed the ministry perspective of many ICI staff and improved productivity and efficiency at work. Reverend Williams envisioned ICI to be self-supporting, so ICI's publication ministry was expanded. This received a boost when ICI was donated a printing press plus other printing equipment. Tapping Filipino educators, writers, illustrators, and layout artists, trade books and new Bible-integrated academic textbooks for the Philippine preschool up to high school levels were gradually developed and sold in over 300 major bookstore outlets nationwide. By 2005, ICI held the distinction of being the largest in student population among the ICI international offices worldwide. ICI not only became self-supporting, she also started supporting other ministries. Also, ICI partnered with PGCAG's Ministers Continuing Education program by providing lectures and help, home education for leaders and pastors textbooks, and with the Christian Education Department in developing VBS materials and curriculum for children and discipleship materials for adults. PGCAG Regional and District Bible Schools likewise started using help materials as textbooks. Dr. Samuel Bowden continued to pursue improved productivity and efficiency. ICI now has a children's curriculum that is K-12 compliant, used by an increasing number of partner schools, both AG and non-AG. Source Publishing, which produces discipleship and SVBS materials used by churches inside and outside the Philippines. A printing press capable of printing academic books in full color, and additional vehicles greatly needed for marketing and delivery purposes. The Ministry Enrichment Department continues to design need-based training and retreats, and ICIGU services a growing number of students both inside and outside the country, with this year posting the highest enrollment on record. And the end is not yet in sight as ICI pushes her borders to reach places and people never reached before. To God be the glory.